Hello everyone, it's Mark here at Cedar Falls Farm. We're in Greenville County, South Carolina, Fort Shoals community. Everything's greening up real nice here on the farm. I can't see down to the river now, so that means leaves are starting to pop out. Yesterday, my cousin Greg and I made the 3-hour trek up to High Point, North Carolina, and visited US Metals. They manufacture under the name Raptor Attachments. Picked up 2 buckets, 2 really nice buckets to use here on the farm. The Kubota bucket that I have, I've welded on, I put plate steel on. They're just light duty. These things are really nice. Looking forward to unloading these, putting them to use here on the farm. I've got some dirt work to do, getting ready for our event on May the 4th here, the Farm and Music Day. I want to get that knocked out pretty quickly, but I got to unload these first. Before I can unload, I've got to take the spreader off the back of the tractor. I'll probably put the box scrape on. I need something that's heavy as a counterbalance because these beasts are heavy. I've got over, I think, 1,250 pounds between the 2 buckets that's in the back of the truck right now. So I need to rig these up, pull them out. I'll wash out my spreader, put it away, take the bucket off, and I'll put a fork attachment on the front of the tractor to get it ready. But just real quick, I want to say I have ordered implements before from Everything Attachments up in Conover, North Carolina. Looked at the price on their buckets a few months back and thought about ordering. I looked at Raptor Attachments, and they were recommended by another YouTuber who has a much greater audience than I do. Stony Ridge farmer up in the Blue Ridge Mountains area of North Carolina, I think up near the Virginia line. And I thought, you know, I'm going to check these guys out. Well, I checked late fall and they had some good prices on, and I left a message and didn't get a follow-up. So I thought, you know, I'll call back later. So a couple of days ago, I called up there and actually spoke with the general manager. I looked at the prices on their buckets and they've dropped substantially. And come to find out, they are getting out of the bucket business. They are getting rid of all of their inventory. So I'm going to post a link in this video. If you want a bucket from them, you need to order now because what they have in inventory is all that's left. The market is very tight right now. They were trying to break into that market, and honestly, when I look at the manufacturing of these buckets, they are extremely well made, good welds, thick material. I mean, they're just high quality buckets. And what I paid for these 2 buckets, I couldn't buy 1 bucket of either type. So good price on their buckets now. I'll share that at the end of the video. Probably post it in the details if you want to look at it. But we drove up there, made a 3-hour drive, picked these up, drove back through Charlotte, through Spartanburg and Greenville, South Carolina. Interstate 85 is a nightmare with all the construction and backups, so it took us about 4 hours coming back. But I'm going to drop off here for a few minutes for me to get everything prepped and ready to try to unload these beasts, and we'll pick back up here in a few seconds for you. Okay, we're rigged up. Got the forks on. I got the box scrape on. It's fairly heavy. It's inadequate. counterweight, and now to try to get this thing rigged up. Might be a wee bit of a challenge, but we're going to do our best here. I'm hoping I don't fall off this thing. That might be a good angle there. Let's see. Okay, we're going to give it a try. See what happens here. That didn't go well. Not as planned anyway. I'm hoping we'll get this one a little bit better. Hello, Callie. Hey, Callie's here. It's our neighbor's dog. She comes to visit. Safety pin. Pulling it in there. Very good. Let's try this again on this one. Hopefully it's going to work a little better, and hopefully my battery doesn't die before we get this one off. All right, let's see if it's even feasible to use this beast. We're going to drop the forks off and I'll try to hook this one up. We'll see how it works. I need to move it down and put it in storage. That'll be my primary bucket over here, the smaller one. Easy with the quick attach. Pup's always out here, always helping. That pin goes down and locks it in place. That's simple. Alright, I'm going to stop for just a minute and I'll pick back up in a few. I want to go out in the field and do a quick test with this thing. Okay, I'm gonna go drop this off. We'll hook up the other one, and that's the one we're gonna leave on it for a while. Okay, I put the other bucket away. I played with it a little bit more, and it's really heavy. It'll get limited use. This is what we'll be using most of the time. I'm going to take just a minute to talk about this bucket and what I talked about in the very beginning when I was unloading. I bought several attachments. I bought a coal planter, the forks you saw me using, and also, let's see, what else did I get? I got a better row tool that allows you to go through and make a slightly raised bed, and it's got a harrow on it, or a furrow tool. So it's basically a triangle spade that you drop down. You set it, it's got 2 discs, it rolls the bed up, and that one spade will dig out a row for you to plant in. It works really well. Raising your beds up allows the temperature to come up on it quicker, and you get better growth earlier from your gardens as the temperature is starting to come up. That section of ground will warm up quicker than just the normal ground will. Anyway, that's a lot of detail on that you didn't need. But I looked at everything attachments, and come to find out they're out of business. There's some legal proceedings against them, and I think they have some legal proceedings against a contractor that had built their new addition. There's some back taxes apparently owed, and I don't know the full story, and I'm not here to bash everything attachments. I had 100% good luck with those guys, and I hope they can get past whatever this is they're dealing with and get back in business, because they provide a lot of jobs. But that's up in Conover, North Carolina, probably about two hours or so from here. But I did find, as I said, through Stony Ridge Farmer, I found these guys with Raptor, and they've decided not to make the buckets because material that goes into it, the labor that goes into it, everything, it's not a good market for them. They can't charge enough to make enough money. They charge too much, they can't sell, so they can't get to market. I don't know, everybody doesn't believe in buying high quality. They want cheap. You can go to Ritchie Brothers or Martin's or any of these other big auction houses. They bring a lot of these cheap materials in, buckets, the front end bush hogs, if you will, brush cutters that go on skid steers, these mini Chinese excavators with Briggs & Stratton engines on them. There's just a lot of cheap stuff flooding the marketplace. And like my Kubota bucket, I didn't feel like it was well made, maybe for light duty use. I did not want another Kubota bucket. I wanted something aftermarket that was better made. And that's how I found these. I just hate that they're deciding to get out of the bucket market, and I tried to talk them into going back in it with everything, attachments going out, and their orders have jumped, but they're not getting as much for them. This one right here though, it's low profile, which is probably as big as that Kubota bucket that's sitting over there next to the blue tractor. But this thing is just so well made. These cutting edges on it, it's this one doesn't have an attached cutting edge. It doesn't have teeth. It's just a well-made thick plate that is welded in here. It's reinforced on the bottom. These are reinforcements, these talons from the Raptor. Reinforcements on the back. It's a solid piece all the way across, solid and reinforced where the pins go in. It's just very well made. So I will put a link. They're not going to have a lot of these left, but I'm going to put a link down in the details if you want to find these folks in North Carolina here in the US. I don't think they're going to ship international, but if you're local, take advantage. You won't get another bucket for this price. Very well made. And I think it's going to serve me the rest of my life here on the farm, these two. Maybe I can slip and get a skid steer now. Might have to sell my old Harley and a couple other things on the farm to finance it. We'll see.